The boxing coach actually challenged the janitor, but the janitor didn't back down. He stepped into the ring and faced the coach. Amazingly, every move the janitor made was sharp and experienced. In the end, he finished the fight with a clean uppercut. The coach kept his word and began teaching the janitor's student grappling techniques, but time was short, so instead of teaching him how to apply holds, he first taught him how to break free from them, locking the man up every day like a giant crab. Finally, the day of the match arrived. Before the man entered the ring, the janitor gave him a word of advice. If you're already up there, don't be afraid. Lose your nerve once, and you'll lose for life. The man took that to heart. As soon as the match began, he rushed forward with the footwork the janitor had taught him, landing several solid hits in a row. His opponent panicked, and used his long legs to drive the man into a corner, then locked him in place. The man struggled and managed to break free, but his opponent mounted him and began pounding away. He could only raise his arms to shield his head. Thankfully, the first round ended. The janitor told him, in the next round, he's going to use leg sweeps. Just take it and strike back hard. Sure enough, as soon as round 2 began, the opponent targeted the man's lower body. The man followed the janitor's advice, and counterattacked fiercely. The opponent, now desperate, dragged the man to the ground, trying to finish him with a lock, but the man gritted his teeth and held out until the match ended. Since he hadn't been KO'd by the reigning champ, the man was declared the winner and became the new champion. From that day on, he began his bruising, punishing boxing career. Once, his nose was even broken in a fight, and he had the janitor help snap it back into place through gritted teeth. No one knew why he pushed himself so hard, until one day, during a pre-fight interview, the host brought it up. That was when the man finally opened up. He didn't want his father, who had lost everything in the stock market, to stay stuck in his despair. He wanted to show his father, through his own actions, that as long as you persevere, nothing is impossible. But this time, the man was up against an extremely tough opponent, and he was getting beaten badly. The opponent locked him to the ground, and it was only then that the man realized his father was watching him. He held back the urge to give up. He didn't want his father to see him surrender. He struggled to his feet and kept fighting, but the opponent lifted him up and slammed him down, a suplex that knocked the fight out of him completely. As his father looked at his son lying in a hospital bed, he finally understood the man's painful determination. That match may have seemed like a loss, but in truth, it was a victory. And now, the janitor had heard about his student's devastating defeat, and he was ready to win the championship in his student's place. To be continued tomorrow?